People all over the world think they know what a ninja was. A black-clad assassin leaping across rooftops, armed with throwing stars and mysterious powers. But the real history of Japan's ninja is far more surprising and much more human. Let's explore 7 of the biggest myths about these shadowy figures and uncover the truths that history actually records. Many people imagine that ninja were a secret warrior race, almost like a separate tribe hidden in the mountains. In reality, they were ordinary men and women drawn from all levels of society. A farmer might work his rice fields by day and, when hired by a local warlord, slip behind enemy lines weeks later to gather intelligence. Some were low-ranking samurai who needed extra income or who were trusted to carry out dangerous reconnaissance. Their greatest strength was their ability to blend in completely. Being invisible didn't mean magical powers. It meant you looked like everyone else and no one suspected a thing. Another popular image is the classic black outfit, the full-body suit with only the eyes showing. This idea actually comes from the 17th century kabuki theater. Stagehands wore black so the audience would ignore them, and artists later decided that ninja must have dressed the same way. Real ninja relied on clothing that fit the setting. If you needed to move through a town at night, dark blues or brown cotton blended better with moonlight than jet black. If you were posing as a traveling monk or a merchant, you wore exactly what those people wore. True stealth was about disappearing into the crowd, not standing out in theatrical black. Movies also tell us that a ninja's power came from deadly martial arts. Of course, many trained with weapons, they lived in violent times, but their real advantage lay in cleverness and social intelligence. Surviving records describe agents posing as priests, entertainers, or wandering craftsmen, memorizing troop numbers and supply routes while sharing tea with their targets. Quick thinking, a sharp memory, and the ability to read people mattered as much as any sword technique. A perfectly executed disguise could achieve what a dozen assassins could not. There's another misconception that all ninja were men. Historical sources show that women, known as kunoichi, played crucial roles. Women could move freely through households, carry messages unnoticed, or work as entertainers who overheard important conversations. Some trained in quiet self-defense or the use of small weapons, but their greatest skill was access. They could go places men could not and gather intelligence that changed the course of conflicts. Far from being rare exceptions, these women were a vital part of the ninja tradition. Then there's the arsenal of exotic weapons, endless throwing stars, poisoned darts, and secret blades hidden everywhere. While a few specialized tools did exist, most were far more practical than Hollywood suggests. Manuals such as the Bansenshukai, a 17th century ninja compendium, described ladders that folded for easy transport, smoke mixtures to create confusion, and everyday items repurposed as tools. A simple bag of ash to darken a lantern or a rice paper map could be worth far more than a fancy blade. Improvisation and efficiency, not an overflowing arsenal, defined their craft. Many stories also end with an epic duel, but most real missions were designed to avoid combat altogether. Violence was risky and noisy. Information was priceless. A single accurate report about enemy troop movements could turn the tide of a battle without a single sword being drawn. Ninja were far more often spies, scouts, and saboteurs of plans than battlefield assassins. Their greatest victories were silent ones. A gate left unguarded, a rival's plan revealed, a war prevented before it began. Finally, legend often shows the ninja as lone wolves operating without support. In truth, many worked as part of organized networks, especially in the mountainous provinces of Iga and Koga. Families there passed down specialized skills and maintained tight communities that provided training and connections. They signed contracts with feudal lords, negotiated pay, and coordinated missions, much like professional guilds. These groups gave structure and continuity to what might otherwise have been isolated acts of espionage. So the real ninja were not supernatural killers in black pajamas. They were farmers, artisans, and low-ranking samurai who used intelligence, disguise, and patience to outsmart powerful rivals. Their tools were cleverness and adaptability, their victories measured in secrets stolen and conflicts avoided. Perhaps that quiet brilliance is even more impressive than the legends. Which of these hidden truths surprised you the most? If you enjoyed discovering the real story behind the myth, subscribe to the History Fractal for more journeys into the unexpected corners of the past.